Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, KFM from the B. And today, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be reacting to a video. And the video I'm going to react to is the most devastating tragedies in history explained part 2. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I do stream on Twitch. You feel me? Keep on familiar. The link will be in the description. You feel me? Also shit like that. And, you feel me? Shout out to Ash Cash. Fuck YouTube. Okay. Alright, let's you know what I'm saying? Bro. Wait, just based off this shit, what y'all think is like the most like tragic shit? India? What the nigga said India. What the hell? Tulsa Great Flood of 1927? The fuck? Summer Palace. Oh shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you feel me, bro.
In the early 1940s, Bengal was the breadbasket of British India, a vast, fertile delta that had fed empires. But as World War II raged,
What's up, PJ?
this land of plenty found itself caught between the gears of a global war machine. Fearing a Japanese invasion from Burma, British authorities enacted a denial policy. They seized thousands of boats, disrupting the internal food transport system, while stockpiling rice for their soldiers. When Burma fell, a key source of rice imports vanished, and
what? Did I hear that right, bread, bro? What does that mean?
a cyclone destroyed crops. Yet records show there was enough food in Bengal to feed its people. The problem was not availability, it was access. Wartime inflation and military hoarding put the price of a simple meal beyond the reach of millions. An estimated 3 million people perished. The British administration was slow to react, prioritizing the war effort over the unfolding humanitarian crisis. The social fabric of Bengal was torn apart, leaving deep scars of distrust and loss. This was a famine born not from a complete lack of food, but from policy and panic. The granary of an empire, filled with grain and guarded by soldiers, watched its own people starve. It was a tragedy of calculated starvation, where food was a weapon and hunger was policy. On April 26, 1986,
what the fuck, my nigga? Yo, what's up, Erica? I'm react to this Gideon Skeeter, and I'm gonna catch Prez. I'm gonna try to get more body cam videos on my page so I can react to them. Oh, touch it. I ain't gonna lie. So, hey, are you gonna give it? Oh, wait, give back my nigga DJ's VIP. Just let y'all know, Kevon does scam. What the fuck does that mean?
the city of Pripyat
Yo, what's up,
slept peacefully.
What's up, Riri? Yo, hey, vote the predictions. Am I going to pause the video like I'm Dante, or am I going to be a real reactor? Lock it.
A model Soviet city built for the workers of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It represented the future, a testament to the peaceful power of the atom. Inside the plant, engineers began a late-night safety test on reactor number 4. They were unaware that the reactor had a critical design flaw, one that could make it unstable at low power. A power surge triggered a catastrophic steam explosion, blowing the 2,000-ton lid off the reactor core. The night sky was lit by an eerie blue glow as radioactive graphite and uranium fuel were ejected into the atmosphere. The first firefighters on the scene knew nothing of the radiation. They believed they were fighting a simple roof fire, exposing themselves to lethal doses within minutes. It took 36 hours for the government to begin evacuating the 50,000 residents of Pripyat. Hundreds of thousands of civilian and military personnel, known as liquidators, were sent to clean up the site. A vast zone of exclusion was established, rendering the land uninhabitable for centuries. The disaster released 400 times more radiation than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. A city built to showcase the bright promise of the atomic age was frozen in time. Its silent Ferris wheel became a global tombstone for that very dream. During the Second Sino-Japanese War and World War II, the Imperial Japanese Army...
Niggas said this some shit Kevon would do. I guess I'm gonna do some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas though. I might fuck around, I look at my fuck around, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm the type of individual, right? If I want to do like some social experiment, I'm gonna get a trash can, right? And I'm gonna light that bitch on fire. In GTA. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Does he do YouTube? You talking about KFM? Y'all, I'm doing YouTube right now. Let's go. Bang, nigga. Bang. I'm Dante I guess.
He operated a covert research unit, publicly known as the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department. Its true purpose was far more sinister. Under the command of Surgeon General Shiro Ishii, Unit 731 was established in Japanese-occupied Manchuria. It became the center of Japan's biological and chemical warfare program, a sprawling complex of horror. The facility conducted human experimentation on a massive scale. Prisoners of war and civilians, referred to as maruta or logs, were subjected to vivisection without anesthesia. They were deliberately infected with diseases like bubonic plague and cholera to study their effects. Others were used for weapons testing, tied to stakes, and targeted with grenades, flamethrowers, and plague-infected bombs. As the war ended, the Japanese army blew up the headquarters to destroy the evidence. In the aftermath, the United States granted immunity from war crimes prosecution to the unit's leaders. In exchange for their research data on human experimentation, these scientists were never punished. Many of them went on to have prominent careers in Japan's post-war medical and scientific fields. The architects of this suffering, who treated human life as disposable material, were not
Wait, what am I looking at? What am I looking at?
brought to justice. Instead, their unholy knowledge was quietly absorbed into the foundations of modern medical research. For over a century, a network of schools operated across Canada, funded by the government and run by Christian churches. Their stated goal was to educate and assimilate Indigenous children into Canadian society. The system was built on a policy of aggressive assimilation. Children were forcibly taken from their families and communities, their hair was cut, and they were forbidden from speaking their native languages. The reality inside these schools was one of profound neglect and abuse. Students faced malnourishment, poor sanitation, and harsh discipline. Thousands of children died from disease, accidents, and mistreatment. They were often buried in unmarked graves, their families never told what happened. The last federally run residential school closed in 1996. The long-term impact has been devastating, creating cycles of intergenerational trauma. An estimated 150,000 First Nations, Inuit, and Métis children were forced to attend these schools. The system's legacy is a deep wound in Canada's national identity. A system created to kill the Indian in the child did not succeed in its primary goal. It failed to erase their culture, but in the process, it nearly erased the nation's own humanity. In 1960,
Yo, they was trying to get my niggas going. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. Shout out to my Indians though. Yo, stop peeping shit. I'm not peeping nothing, my nigga. Why is niggas telling me to check Discord? I don't see shit in Discord. Like I said, bro, if you're Indian, I'm praying for you. Why is niggas saying peep? Stop peeping shit, my nigga. Stop peeping shit. They don't even know what bodies are from the sorry, shit.
of September 30th, a group of junior army officers attempted a coup, kidnapping and executing 6 top generals. A general named Suharto quickly crushed the coup and blamed it entirely on the PKI. What followed was one of the worst mass killings of the 20th century. The army, with help from civilian militias and religious groups, unleashed a systematic purge. Anyone accused of being a
Time out, my fault. That's a pause. I don't care. That's a pause. The favor is, can you help me hit 100+ followers? I need 6+ more because you know you the method. What the fuck does that mean, my nigga? How am I the method? How am I the method? I ain't gonna lie. Yo, PJ, you better ask that nigga soft skill, my nigga. Real shit. Ask that nigga soft skill. He the method for sure, bro. I ain't gonna lie. KFM is the method. Cause you were, what? Cause you were retired slave. Okay, for sure, bro.
communist, teachers, farmers, labor unionists, was hunted down. Rivers were said to have run red with blood, clogged with the bodies of the victims. Between 500,000
You got the most followers in the graveyard, by the way?
in less than a year. Western governments, including the United States, quietly supported the purge, viewing it as a victory against communism.
Wait, purge?
Suharto seized power and ruled Indonesia as a dictator for the next 30 years. For decades, the killings were a taboo subject within Indonesia, a celebrated victory over communism. A nation was taught to celebrate its own slaughter as a heroic act of purification. The price of this new order was a history written in the blood of its own citizens. In 1947, after centuries of British rule, the Indian subcontinent stood on the brink of freedom, but the dream of a single, independent nation would not come to pass. The decision was made to divide the territory along religious lines into 2 separate countries: Hindu-majority India and Muslim-majority Pakistan. A British lawyer, Cyril Radcliffe, who had never been to India, was given just 5 weeks to draw the new borders. The announcement of the borders triggered one of the largest and most rapid migrations in human history. Millions of Muslims trekked to Pakistan, and millions of Hindus and Sikhs moved to India. This mass displacement was not peaceful. Decades of simmering religious tension erupted into horrifying violence as former neighbors turned on each other. It is estimated that up to 2 million people were killed in the chaos. Over 14 million people were displaced, losing their homes, their land, and their pasts.
Why are you Hitler or WTVT?
Yo, please delete that shit. I'm not going, my nigga. You chill, bro. Yeah, is that Tehran behind you, nigga? What? What do y'all see this little nigga at? I don't see. What the fuck? Pay homage to mobile users? What that mean? I got paid. What, you want to be on my phone? Also shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, chill again.
Vision created a rivalry between India and Pakistan that has defined the region ever since. The line drawn on a map created a permanent wound, a scar that has never fully healed. The stroke of a pen, meant to create 2 free nations, instead became a weapon. It drew a border not just on land but through villages, homes, and human hearts. The Welsh mining village of Aberfan sat in the shadow of its own prosperity. For decades, waste from the local colliery was piled high on the mountainside above the town. 7 of these massive heaps, known as tips, loomed over Aberfan. Tip number 7 was built directly on top of underground springs, a fact that had been noted in surveys but ignored.
What the fuck?
On the morning of October 21st, 1966, after days of heavy rain, the water-saturated tip gave way. A wave of over 140,000 cubic yards of coal slurry, rock, and mud slid down the mountain at high speed. Its primary target was the Pantglass Junior School, where morning lessons had just begun. The avalanche engulfed the school and several houses in seconds, a thick, black tide of industrial waste. In total, 144 people lost their lives. 116 of them were children,
say, yo, talk.
most between the ages
Yo,
of
is that?
7
Oh, that's
and
Lil
10.
Yachty.
A
Yo, talk,
subsequent
bitch.
tribunal placed
Bro,
the
what if I
blame
want to talk,
entirely on the
nigga?
National Coal
What if I just
Board
want
for
to watch
its
the video?
negligence.
Like, come on, lock in,
The
bro.
disaster led to new laws
Nah, I ain't
governing
gonna lie to
mine
y'all
and
niggas though. Low-key, I'm getting intrigued right now, bro. Like, that ass, like, I'm learning about a whole bunch of shit, my nigga. Like, I know some of y'all, fuck. I know some of y'all niggas, bro, y'all never, you know what I'm saying, like, actually pay attention in school, my nigga. But it's like, yo, game, like, when you know what I'm saying, watching the video, bro, you gotta, like, sit there and take notes, do what you got. Niggas say L-reacts. What the fuck you mean L-reacts? Why is Teron in your room? What the fuck you mean Teron's in my... Yo, bro, stop trolling my shit, gang, cause that ass, I told y'all niggas I'm finna do that little nigga, bro. Y'all niggas think I'm trolling. Made you look. Okay, bro. So y'all niggas think this shit funny, gang. We haven't paid attention in school, but you can't spell Nat? Leave your son alone. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas be on my dick. I will hop on the spelling bee website or that one Roblox game right now, gang. I will show y'all niggas I'm the best speller in this motherfucking, like, come on, the fuck, gang. Cause, like, y'all niggas trying to be like, oh my god, you can't spell your da-da-da like that. Nigga, bang it. What the fuck? Merch it.
Free safety in the United Kingdom. The very industry that gave the village its life, the coal that its men mined every day, was the source of its deepest sorrow. The black dust that had settled on their homes for generations finally came down and took their children. In the 1920s, people
Alright, I'll probably gonna just react to this one, and you know, so we gonna hop off this bitch. I ain't gonna lie. You cold? Nah, I'll pay homage to New York niggas.
believed they had tamed the Mississippi River. A massive system of levees had been built to contain the Great River and protect the fertile delta. But starting in the summer of 1926, unprecedented rainfall saturated the entire river basin. By the spring of 1927, the river was swollen to a breaking point, straining the man-made defenses. On April 21st, 1927, the levee at Mounds Landing, Mississippi,
Yo, is that a highway?
finally broke. A wall of water, twice the volume of Niagara Falls, surged across the delta. The flood inundated an area the size of New England. In a desperate and controversial move, officials in New Orleans dynamited a levee downstream to save the city, flooding poorer rural parishes instead. The disaster disproportionately affected African-American sharecroppers. Hundreds of thousands were displaced and forced into refugee camps where conditions were often brutal. The government's poor handling of the crisis shattered public trust. It led to the Flood Control Act of 1928, the most ambitious public works project of its time. The attempt to conquer the river with a single wall of levees had created the...
Yo, why did little nigga look like Meek Mill, though? I ain't gonna lie, too. What's up, Mara? Why did nigga look like Meek Mill, though? What the fuck?
illusion of safety.
Bro.
In the end, it only ensured that when the river finally won, its victory was absolute. In the early
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Tulsa Massacre? This last one. I got to see the fuck this shit talking about.
20th century, the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was an epicenter of
10
black
pauses. Are
prosperity,
you
known as
related to
Black
Lim Dog
Wall
Time?
Street. It was one of the wealthiest African-American communities in the United States. On May 30th, 1921, a young black man named Dick Rowland was
No, I'm not going in.
accused of assaulting a white elevator operator, Sarah Page.
Oh, shit.
The accusation, though its details were murky and later dismissed, ignited a firestorm of racial hatred. A white mob descended on the courthouse where Rowland was being held, demanding he be handed over. When a group of armed black men, many of them veterans, arrived to prevent a lynching, shots were fired. The confrontation exploded into a full-scale assault on the entire Greenwood district. Over the next 18 hours, the white mob, deputized and armed by city officials, looted and burned the community to the ground. An estimated 300 people were killed. 35 square blocks of homes, businesses, schools, and churches were destroyed. Thousands of black residents were forced into internment camps. For decades, the massacre was actively suppressed, erased from local and national history. A community built on the promise of American capitalism, a testament to success against all odds, was annihilated. The only thing its residents were guilty of was building a world the mob could not tolerate. In the middle of the...
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Mario? What's up, Mario? How you feeling, sir? Nah, yeah, that was a, what's up, Tabby? Oh, shit. Nah, that was interesting video. Yeah, that shit just threw me off guard, though. I ain't gonna lie, too. That nigga said, wait, that's the crazy thing about it, though. Like, back in the day, bro, if you talk to a Caucasian as a black male, you would dead ass die. Now, every black male wants a Caucasian.